Welcome to Tottenham. Welcome back to the Premier League. Great to have you back.
In a strange way, Tottenham Hotspur might suit Mourinho more than Manchester United, which is so demanding on a manager.
It's box office, it's more headlines, it's an extraordinary narrative.
I don't think he's necessarily gained humility. I don't think his ego has lessened. I just think he has this huge intelligence to realise, actually, the way this will play out best to supporters.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
So here we are, Henry Winter. We're here talking HaytersTV at Tottenham, talking about the events of the last week. Maurizio Pochettino sacked, Jose Mourinho appointed a few hours later. Fans not quite sure what to make of it. A win at West Ham on Saturday. What do you make of it?
Well, from the media perspective, it's box office, it's more headlines, it's an extraordinary narrative in an extraordinary sport in a fairly crazy season anyway. I think from the fans' perspective, I think it's quite interesting just listening to Mourinho. His first port of call was trying to deflect the media's obsession with him, and then he brought the focus around on the players. He kept talking about the players. But I thought it was interesting in the build-up to this game, obviously his first home game, the Olympiacos game, he really focused on the fans and what it meant. So whether that's a club policy or whether that's Mourinho being intelligent and Machiavellian or just inherently realising it's important that he builds connections, because the connection that Pochettino had with the fans here was pretty intense and emotional. You saw it with a lot of the outpouring of disappointment when the decision was made. I mean, it seems like yesterday that we were in the Amsterdam Arena and he was there, with his sort of tie undone, sort of tears in his eyes, being serenaded by the Spurs fan after that amazing performance against Ajax.
We're all a little bit disappointed in a way, because Poc's given us nights that we'll never ever forget. He's got great passion. He's a lovely man. He's done so well for us. He's made us a giant. He's awoken the sleeping giant, but he never actually won something. He got so close, semi-finals, finals. He just couldn't get us over the line.
And one of the great performances and nights for Spurs, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's so slightly on Spurs like that. Just that will to win, that guts. No matter how, just get that victory. And it was extraordinary. And that connection between him and the fans was huge. And Mourinho has got to build that, and that will take time. I mean, it's an interesting point, because look, he's a winner. He doesn't often use or blood or nurture young players, certainly like Pochettino. Pochettino with Southampton and then with Tottenham. I mean, we'll be turning up at England games, and there will be another player who Pochettino had basically gone into the England squad. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how he juggles that, particularly with the sort of financial restrictions in inverted commas here. But look, he's a winner, and it's quite interesting. And again, maybe looking at it slightly from an England perspective, but it looks like he's got Dele Alli running.
Certainly had him on Saturday. He looked back to his best, didn't he?
Which is really important for Tottenham and for England. And I think he put the players in the right positions. He had Son cutting in from the left. He had Lucas Moura again. I think tonight there's only one change.
Yes, Rose for Davis, who's injured. So it's the same team. Yeah.
Same team. I assume it's 4-2-3-1. Eric Dyer back in favour in midfield. Winning the ball, that sort of Matic type.
And he tried to sign him, didn't he? He wanted him at United. So
So look, he's a brilliant organiser. I think in a strange way, Tottenham Hotspur might suit Mourinho more than Manchester United, which is so demanding on a manager.
First of all, I think I have to, and I do it. I do it with a bit of sadness, but I have to do it. I have to speak about Maurizio. I have to congratulate him for the work he did, and I have to share with you what we already share indoors, which is this club will be always his home.
And when you've got a manager with such a huge ego as Mourinho, sometimes all those demands to go and deal with the media, to go and deal with the commercial, which will be double at Manchester United compared to here. And this is a big club.
Manchester United is off the scale in terms of demands on the manager. Maybe this will suit him a little bit more. Plus, it's London, so I think that helps him, given his basic.
And can he win things? I mean, he's talked to, he's a winner.
Mourinho. Have you seen his CV? Of course he'll win things. I mean, it's funny because I read the coverage has been fascinating because you know how obsessed the media are with Mourinho. But some of them will say, give him 2 years. I mean, 2 years in management, he'll probably have won a trophy in that time, and he'll walk off, and maybe it will be a painful divorce, but there will have been some high points.
But will it be one of the big ones, or is it more likely to be one of the domestic cups rather than? Is this a squad that could win the Champions League or Premier League? Or does it need a lot of money?
They got to the final. Of course, it needs investment. It's an ageing squad, an ageing team. Absolutely, it needs rejuvenating. There are one or two kids coming through who maybe they'll blood, if Mourinho will. But this is Tottenham. They have to win a trophy, and if you look at Mourinho's, he would target the League Cup, start of the, it's the first trophy they can get your hands on, ignoring the Community Shield, for a manager coming into a club. So that is huge. He'll win a trophy here. But if it's the Champions League, then hallelujah. But that will be Tottenham well ahead of schedule. I think they just need a trophy here, just to sort of bolt things down. And then build from that. But I'm not as gloomy as people are about Mourinho. As long as he understands, show a bit of humility, which he has so far.
Well, he mentioned it on about 5 times. He said he's humble now, didn't he, in his first press conference? So
yeah,
he's obviously.
Yeah.
Has he changed? Do you think, or has he learned? He said he had 11 months out, didn't he?
I don't think he's necessarily gained humility. I don't think his ego has lessened. I just think he has this huge intelligence to realise, actually, the way this will play out best to supporters, to the board upstairs, to the players, is actually just to, whether it's putting on an act or not, to suggest that I've learned to put on a bit of a show, to say I'm humble, and to deflect the attention onto the people who should have it more, i.e. the players. Build up the egos of the players, build their confidence back. It's already working with Dele Alli.
I felt good all season, to be honest, since obviously coming back from injury. Been doing a lot of work in the gym and on the training field, and it was just all about building a base before to give myself the opportunity to perform well. And I feel like I'm playing well and still improving. I'm going to keep looking to do that.
And also to build a relationship with the fans. I mean, his program notes tonight are hilarious. I don't know if you've seen them, but
not yet.
It is like a love letter. I mean, I'm thinking, Jose, you've been here 10 minutes. You manage some of their rivals. Just to sort of come in here and say, I've admired Tottenham Hotspur for many years and all that. When you've been plotting their downfall in previous seasons, but his box office. It is quite funny, but There will be issues, there will be explosions, there will be tensions with Daniel Levy in the transfer market at times, but there will be victories, there will be organisation, there will be players responding to Mourinho. I thought his comment to Dele Alli, are you Dele or is this your brother? I thought that was really strong when you look at that. Everyone said, oh, that's a really funny thing to say. Actually, it's pretty brutal. It's basically saying you've been a shadow of the Dele Alli, who we know and love, who was an England international, or is an England international, deservedly so, getting to the semi-final, who powered his way from MK Dons to here, who's one of the most coveted players in Europe probably 18 months ago. And he just called him out. So I thought that was pretty strong.
And Dele said himself, it was nice that someone said that to my face, because he's been hearing, obviously, the discontent and people saying he's lost his form. But he said, actually, he just came in and told me straight to my face, I got that.
Well, he had lost his form.
Yeah. I mean, and it looked like he was back.
And he looked like he was back. I mean, that skill on the touchline was just. I mean, that's what you want to see from Dele Alli. Absolutely killing teams with his skill. And look, it's great benefit for England as well, for Tottenham Hotspur, and also for Harry Kane, because those two have got fantastic partnership when they click.
And just one final thing, just before he came here, there's a lot of talk about him at Arsenal. Now, I know a few Arsenal fans have said we dodged a bullet there, but do you think he might have been the man?
Arsenal fans are saying they dodged a bullet
by not getting Mourinho. I think there was a bit of discontent, the idea of him going in there.
Wow, he's just what Arsenal need.
Well, this is it, isn't it?
They need Emery out. You can see that is drifting to, was not drifting, it's accelerating to a very painful conclusion. You saw that, the performance against Southampton, that was unacceptable for Arsenal. Mourinho wouldn't have stood for that. He would have gone in there and shaken it up.
No, Mourinho knows exactly what Arsenal needs, and I'm sure there'll be a fair few. Well, obviously it depends on the results, but there'll be a fair few Arsenal fans thinking and placing even more pressure on Emery, thinking, why didn't we act? Why didn't we get this in? Because Mourinho is a fast starter and he's a trophy winner, and it will be 18 months of fun and games, possibly a trophy, certainly some wins, certainly some forward momentum, and then look, at some point, you know, it will be.
It might end in tears.
It might end in tears.
Henry, fantastic. Thank you.